My name's Alicia Malua-Fiti, and I'm with Poi Dogs and Popoki. This is... Do you mind? uh, Let me just go to the next slide. I'm the founder and president of Poi Dogs and Popoki, and we're 501c3. I started Poi Dogs and Popoki to really address a gap in services. I used to be with the Humane Society, I used to be with the Wahoo SPCA, and I wanted something more than just a traditional rescue organization to address really probably the majority of you in here who don't have access to the various tools that you need to be able to help these animals. So our mission is to improve the quality of life of pets and their people. I think, unfortunately, sometimes we forget the people, and the people are critical to not only the access to the financial resources, but to actually do the caregiving. So like I said, we try to provide you with tools to be engaged in caregiving, not just your own animals, but the animals that we're all here to serve. We do that through three key objectives, and that's access to affordable spay and neuter. Clearly, pet overpopulation is one of the biggest concerns. Subsidizing and supporting veterinary care and the access to that veterinary care, which I will tell you, I just got a call in. Hey, a woman in Makaha found a kitten that jumped into an engine and got injured. So I'm on the phone, I know, yeah. So I'm on the phone calling to schedule the appointment for the woman to take the kitten in. We also really look at environment, and kennels and fenced areas and catteries are a way to keep our animals safer instead of chained. Next slide. Our upcoming initiatives, these are things Jackie asked me to address, and I strayed a little bit. We have the Big Fix, which is coming up. It's a mobile spay-neuter clinic. We have Popoki Place, which is an unadoptable and feral cat sanctuary in Waianae. And we are starting out on a new initiative, Homeless People and Homeless Pets. And it's what I call a symbiotic relationship. Next slide. So the Big Fix, we actually cockroached that from Utah. And what it is, next slide. You've seen these. It's a vehicle, and we've been doing spay and neuter, but it's these MASH style units, and most vets aren't participating at the level we want them to participate. But basically, the vehicle, we'll just go through the next couple slides. This vehicle will go into rural and at-risk communities. We can park overnight. I already made commitments to Waipio District Park and then Pearl City's waste treatment area to come in. We'll park overnight. We work with the families and the community, and we trap 25 cats. We spay and neuter them right there instead of having to trap and haul them somewhere. And we leave the vehicle. They recover inside the vehicle, and when they're ready to go, we let them out right there. The next couple slides are just kind of pictures of what the vehicle looks like inside. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's coming in January. I want to thank the City and County of Honolulu for the grant that enables us to bring in that vehicle. It was a $180,000 purchase. Yeah. Popoki Place. I can also thank the Petco Foundation for giving us some funding to put in the fencing. The next few slides, you'll see it's only feral and unadoptable cats. There's a picture. This is one of our feeding stations. You've probably seen these at Costco. So we've got 20 of these in the area, and that's to make sure that the food is clean and we're able to replenish supplies. And I just threw in some pictures of some of the cats. I actually was just out there this morning. That's when I took all these pictures. But I think most of you who are doing the feeding, you know we feed at night, we feed once a night. The best thing about the sanctuary is that it's a 24/7. They get wet food 3 times a week, and the bowls are full all the time. So we had someone out there every morning making sure the bowls are clean, and then they come out every night to make sure the same thing, everything's full. I will tell you, even though it's for unadoptables, we've probably taken in, I'd say, the cats from 8 different elderly women that have passed away in the last year, and the families didn't know what to do with the cats. They don't want them. A lot of them are on the mainland, and so we have an agreement, a contractual agreement with these folks to take in these cats, so they're not, unfortunately, they're not put down. Some are adoptable. We want everybody that's adoptable to go in and have a chance to find a forever home, but for those that just, for reasons of age or their feral activities, it's just not going to happen. This next one, homeless people and their pets. This is a picture of one of the barns. I actually pitched this to a couple people already. One was an engineering firm. And the idea is that I thought we could create a symbiotic relationship. If you want to go to the next slide. I figured what we could do with these big 250-foot barns is create multiple lofts with fenced-in areas for homeless people and their pets. These are the people that are not going into the shelters because shelters don't allow you to take your pets. The symbiotic relationship is that these people that live at the sanctuary get to help feed and clean and care for the animals. And that's really the volunteer piece for any nonprofit is where we struggle with. And the fact that as soon as you put people into the mix, a whole load of resources opens up to you. I know Petco Foundation's here and maybe some of the other charity organizations, but animal welfare money is small. Nobody wants to really give to us. Oh, it doesn't meet our mission. Oh, it's not really what we do. Well, you got to figure out how to create that nexus between pets, animals, and these people. And a transitional shelter for these homeless families and their pets was what I thought might work. And it's not just for the pets, it's for the people too. And these are people that want to be there to take care of their animals. I know we've heard this, right? The homeless people don't deserve to have animals. They can't feed them. They can't take care of themselves. No, they feed their animals before they feed themselves. And this would be a way for us to sort of build on that synergy. So Jackie's request was, what are the 5 things that you would tell these folks how to take care of your, these colonies? I just changed it up a little bit. I would consider these opportunities and challenges. We would like to try to do cat food bulk purchasing because all of us are feeding and spending thousands of dollars a month. If there's a way to do this via Costco or some other main delivery of these items, we'd love to do that. Vet care fees. I think we're going to try to do that through the Big Fix. We actually have 2 anesthesia machines and I got a dental cleaning machine. I think what we want to do is be able to get sponsors to take it out and do some affordable veterinary care services. Addressing these community concerns. Peter talked about it. It's urine and feces and all these things. You've got to be able to manage those things or you're going to have problems. And then collaborating with property owners and managers. I brought a flyer and I put CAI, Community Association Institute. I've already met with them. I'm actually their lobbyist, and so I have access to them. They are all those property managers, Hawaiiana, certified Hawaii. These guys all want to deal with their feral cat issues. Well, we want to work with them. And so I brought a copy of an article that they did in their CAI magazine supporting trap, neuter, return, manage. They don't all agree with it. They don't all believe in it. But part of it is our job to get them to understand. And so far, the guys I talked to like the idea. I also brought a copy. I only brought 10 copies. But MOUs. I brought a copy of the Hawaii Community Development Authority MOU with the cat colony caregivers down at Kaka'ako. If you're able to get an agreement like that, where it spells out black and white, your kuleana and their kuleana, I think Peter, now the negotiator, right, is probably thinking, that is actually a great idea. Get it in writing. And my last slide is, of course, these are my poi dogs. I actually had to foster 14 puppies from Waianae Boat Harbor. So we do try to help both cats and dogs. You know that first slide, I don't know if you can get back to it, but this is my one of my rescues, Tita. And she picked, all these kittens are on her right now. She had about 3 litters, and they all wanted that milk, man. They were going for broke. So I'm with you on everything that you're doing. It's something I do 100% of my spare time, and I give you credit for being here today.
Thank you, Alicia.
Hi there. Here at the Humane Society, there are many volunteers that help out with the animals. This is my friend Max. He's 15 years old, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he does. So Max, what exactly do you do here?
Well, I help around the facility and make sure the animals are all taken care of, and I take them out for walks sometimes, and I just help around a lot, clean a little bit.
And who is this you're holding?
This is Spike.
Everyone say hi, Spike. Max, I know that you have lots of cats and dogs here, but I didn't know you had animals like Spike. Tell me, what kind of animal is Spike, and what other kind of animals do you have here?
Well, Spike is a guinea pig, and we have many different types of animals in the Hawaiian Humane Society. We carry anything from all kinds of birds, rabbits, guinea pigs as mentioned, turtles, and even pigs sometimes. Wow.
Wow, that's a lot of animals. There's one for whatever your taste might be.
Hi, my name is Celine Navarro. I'm with Hawaii Happy Cats. I'm on the section of the caregivers. We're the one on the street, care for the cats every night, 7 nights a week. We do trap religiously, meaning all the time, pretty much every week, every other week. We do appreciate Hawaii Humane Society give me many of my appointments. Jennifer with Cat Friend give me many appointments. Sometimes last minute I need help. I appreciate them very much. And what can I say about feral cats, community cats? You all are here because you care for them, like us, we care for them. The biggest issue we have would be abandonment. How do we address abandonment? That's a challenge for us. I fixed 2 cats, turn around, there's 3. Some are fixed, some are pregnant, some are not fixed, mostly pet as well. And that's very stressful for the cat. Mostly they don't survive well if they are pet. We have lots of situations where they got hit by cars, sometimes accidentally, sometimes intentionally. We do take out the injured cat. Sometimes they come back. We amputate the leg. Sometimes they survive, and sometimes they don't. What else can we do for them? We need everyone here to work together, and that's my point for today. Because I know you know all about TNR. It's a lot of effort to go out to trap the cat, take it to do the overnight until they get better, make sure they get over anesthesia, and release them if they are well. When we do trap them, we do give them the dewormer and deflea as well. That's part of our thing. But upon returning them, we see 2 more cats coming. It's very heartbroken if it's a pet. I have cases where we see them pacing the parking lot, up and down, waiting for the owner to come back. That's the saddest thing for me. And when I see that, I feel my heart is very heavy. Like most of the caregivers, we have that soft heart. And we try to find home for them, but as you know, kitten goes really quick. A dog, cat, abandoned cat, the least of people concerned. People don't really want to open, I guess, their home. They're not as cute, you know, and sometimes they come with problems, and especially if they come from a group, a feral cat group. People think, oh my God, they have disease. Okay, so that's another thing that we need help. We need everybody to change people's image. How can we go about creating a long-lasting bond between people that adopt the cats, I should say adopt a kitten, realizing in 6 months from now they will be an adult cat, or a year from now, and there might be issue with them. They may spray, they may get sick, there'll be vet bills. I think there should be a workshop where all of us can help the people adopt the cat or the kitten realize what they're facing when they adopt them, and it's a lifelong commitment. And it costs money to adopt a cat. But most of the time we find people just easily dump their unwanted pet for whatever reason. Let somebody else care for them, let somebody deal with them, and most of the time they don't survive. So I hope today that we all work together, different groups, come up with idea how we can help abandonment. And workshop is great. Everything else you already know. I'm totally a believer of TNR. Without TNR, we actually don't really have a chance to save the cats. We need to stop the breeding. And I see many owners put outside, don't feed cat. Just be aware, just because you're not feeding them doesn't mean they're not breeding. They should put a sign, no feeding, continue to breed, because that's what's going to happen. So if you don't feed them, doesn't mean they're not breeding. Okay, how many times can I say that? Okay, I'll be a parrot. I can say it over and over again. Even if you relocate your cats, most of the time it's the last resort when you relocate your cats. Sometimes it is necessary that you relocate your cat. But I think when you're relocating your cats, you need to take that opportunity and go back to that landowner, say, hey, we're relocating the cats. We have 10 in there. Can we go in and do TNR as a last resort? Because that's what's going to stop the 10 from breeding. Because if you're just taking the cats out to save them, which is a wonderful opportunity, and we should all try to do that if that is a last resort. But we need to still continue to push for TNR to be in there to continue to fix those 10. And if you can help me to find home for some of the wonderful abandoned pets, I would be so appreciated. Thank you.
did you get involved helping at the Humane Society?
Well, I got involved with the Humane Society by joining the Teen Advisory Panel, which is a group of teens that travels community to community, making them more animal friendly. And then I also got a scholarship to the Teens for Animals summer program, which is a program that educates teens in becoming volunteers here at the Humane Society.
Tell me, Max, what do you like about working here at the Humane Society?
Well, working at the Humane Society is a very pleasant experience. It's a very diverse environment, and there are many friendly volunteers to work with. So it's a nice experience overall.
Okay, I'm Jennifer Kishimori. I'm with Cat Friends, and our group sterilizes over 3,100 cats a year. So we have sterilization clinics in Kalihi, and what we're going to try and do is assist with other neighborhoods to get sterilization clinics going. So we have January, we're going to try and do a clinic in Wailua, and we're just, if anyone has a property anywhere on the island that they would be open to us coming in and doing sterilization, we would love to do that. It can be portable. It's fabulous that Alicia has her mobile clinic, because that's going to help tremendously, especially on the west side. So the more people active in sterilizing, the better. And there's so many people here do so much. If you feed a cat, I mean, you're making a difference. So what I'd like to do today is, I told Jackie I'm going to deviate a bit, is what are the problems? You know, what do we need help with? I get calls every day, different things, but for instance, the feeders, they never can go on vacation. They've never had a day off. You know, they're doing it 7 days a week, rain or shine. Well, is there anybody here that would say, hey, I'll do a day a month, or I'll do a day a week? So those people we need to identify and see if we can help, you know, the people that feed. Same thing, if there's a colony and they're overwhelmed with cats and they don't know how to mass trap, call me. I'll come in and mass trap and do as many as they can, and then we'll need to assign somebody to follow up on that colony if the caregiver can't do it. So I'd like to just see if we could make a list of, okay, here are my needs, here's what I can offer, and make a positive change. So any suggestions, you know, we can open it up to the rest of us and see what you want to do. But anytime people need help trapping, we have drop traps, we have nets, we loan out traps at no charge as long as they come back clean. So that shouldn't be an issue. Some people don't want to put a cat in their car to transport. Well, we'll get volunteers to transport for you if you can actually do the physical trapping. So everybody here has, I think, trapped or fed or been involved in some way. This gentleman here is from Kamehameha Housing. He met us while we were trapping, and he's like, oh, how do I get involved? Because he didn't know about Trap Neuter Return. He's been doing it on his own. So the more publicity, the more education we can give to different people. Kamehameha schools, oh my gosh, that's tremendous, because I was part of that when they wanted to trap and remove all of the cats, and we're all like, no. So these people came in, and the students have taken over, and they trap and neuter. They come to our clinics, and if we could get, you know, this school to participate, maybe we can get Pearl City High School, which is a major problem. I know Athena is aware of that. Just different schools to participate and get the students involved. That would help tremendously. So there's so many aspects to this other than just trapping. There's feeding, there's colony management, et cetera. So education is very important. So if we could